is required basically to for us to do. But I want to reach out to y'all and get y'all's opinions on what's some of the other stuff that we can talk about at the meeting, and so that the team can understand. Right? I know that we have a lot of different things coming out. We have a lot of different stuff happening within the company. I want to see what y'all think about the what y'all can talk about at the meeting.
Is that a question?
Do you have do you have the do you have the deck already? So, I mean, we could see the deck and then come up with other stuff that because we might be saying the same thing's gonna be on the deck. I don't know.
Yeah, I do not have the deck for next month yet. The deck that I do have is for this month. They have not came out with the new deck yet. And if they don't get us one, then we'll just go off the deck for this month. But I will send the deck out for this month to y'all to try to get some ideas, if that's okay. But I don't know exactly what to be on the deck for next month.
I think what I want to do is just have some conversation with the guys within the team and just see what they think, or to see if they have any questions about, the company, or what they are seeing in the field, or whatever, like questions they have. So I'm going to have some conversation with them and just see what they're looking for, like something that they want to talk about, instead of just being off of the meeting deck. Okay, well, here's what Billy wants to talk about, But like I said, get their opinion and see if they can come up with any ideas for something we missed, or something, like I said, they just want some more information or training on.
Okay, so you're saying maybe talk to them and see what they want some training on. That I like that idea.
Right.
Maybe even I don't want to say have a breakout session, but break us up in our own little, like in our squads for like 20 minutes or so. Just get with them and do have our own little. I mean, we can all talk about the same thing, but I don't know, just something where we break up in our squads, and our squads are together. That way, it's not just one big hoorah meeting. We can actually sit down with our guys and be like, hey guys, you know, what do y'all see as a team? I don't know, just something I thought about.
Okay, some small breakout sessions as far as how long do you think that would take? 20, 30 minutes or so.
I mean, yeah, not even just break out and maybe Victor go to one, you go to one, and not Alberto, but whatever his name is, Jose or Tommy go sit in one, and then just, all right, guys, what are y'all seeing? Let's get some feedback. Obviously, we're going to do it on a big scale too, but like a lot of times, some of these guys, I mean, we're all meeting, but some of them ain't going to talk in a big meeting just because, they ain't going to talk in a big meeting. But we break it down to our groups where they know us, they don't know us, but what I'm trying to say, they might say something different, or something might pop up we can talk about in that meeting, like, hey guys, what can we do better? What are we doing different? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Mm, okay. No, I'm liking that. And that's something similar to what we did in Salt Lake City. We had, in some of our little breakout sessions, we had separate breakout sessions of those, in those classes, in those trainings. So no, I like that idea, because you're right. Some guys aren't going to speak up and say something in a whole group setting, but in a smaller setting, yes. So yeah, I think that would be justifiable to break up, for about 15, 20 minutes or so. Just kind of talk about some small things, some of the things going on, and see if we can get some of these guys to open up. That would be fine.
Maybe even do that towards the beginning, like you do your little intro, have a little deal or whatever, or Victor do an intro, and then we break out, and then we can come back and talk about everything we talked about in the group, because like Patrick may have something that he wants to talk about, which Patrick will talk, but like say Manny, he ain't gonna just talk in front of a whole lot of people all the time. So let's say we break out in our group, and then we come back and we had this huge discussion where the squad leaders say, all right, this is the things that we're dealing with, this is the thing that we're talking about, and we put it all out there. I don't know.
Okay, so kind of like a dry erase board type, hey, have each team kind of go over what they want to work on type stuff and write it up on the dry erase board or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. No, absolutely. Dustin.
Sorry, guys. I literally just woke up late, sleeping in, so I'm trying to get dressed as well. But no, I mean, I really don't have anything off the top of my head. Sorry, but I was actually going to say the same thing as Carrie said. The breakouts. It'll give us more one-on-one time with uh each person on our group than just being at the little time we spend at the FSL and kind of breakdown of what they issues they might have, not just like, yeah, like Carrie said, just go over things that they want to talk about, and Brian said what they want to talk about, because we always talk about what Vivian has, like he said, but maybe this time we can really get to deep down and dig into some issues that they seem to voice but never get, well, they feel that never get answered.
Awesome. Victor, you in agreement with that, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm good to go. And then, kind of stuff you and I talked about, maybe come up with some tips or something on the guys that are struggling or in the red or whatever with the new metrics that you've been pushing out.
Yeah.
Kind of throwing some stuff out there so they can, better help them, stay in the green or whatever.
Okay. No, this is all good stuff, guys. And like I said, I want y'all to, work together, throughout the days, we have until the 9th. So, y'all kind of talk on Zinc. I would love to see some of this happen on Zinc, as far as us talking about, things going on in the meeting, things like that. That would be fantastic. And kind of breaking that up into each squad, that would be great. One thing that I want to see is we want to do a something on training, as far as apart our some issues we've been having and how to get it fixed, things like that. I want to see us go over something like that, as well as when we're setting this up, guys. Obviously, I'm going to help you out, guys. I'm not just going to say, "Hey, y'all do it." I'm going to sit back and watch it happen. Don't think that. I'm going to be here to help you and take care of that. But I want to see a timeline. And one thing that I haven't done, and I want to get back to it. I did it the first meeting, and I haven't really done it, is beforehand, or even when we get there, we have a printed timeline off of how long we're going to take on each section, and try to keep the meeting moving forward, because I know that our last meeting we got lots of sidetracked on different things, and if we see that a topic is going to take a little bit longer than expected, we can get as much accomplished on that topic as possible. But if we need to, we can take it offline, outside the meeting with those individuals, and not the whole team. And so that way we're not just dragging down the whole team and wasting time in the meeting to handle one situation with one person. Now, if we see that it's going to be a whole team issue, then yeah, we'll take a little bit of time on it. But in the long run, our ultimate goal is to run a very, very well organized and well kept meeting, and get as much information out to the team as possible, and take the most advantage of the time that we have together, instead of like y'all are saying, just the few minutes we get at the FSL, stuff like that. We're taking from 10 to 3 that day, so we definitely want to use that time to our advantage.
Is there a way, like, I don't know, we only got like really one more meetup before that, maybe 2, I don't know, but is there a way that you could block us till 12 one day, and then all of us just kind of sit around and like just nail that down, like, and then I'm gonna nominate Brian like to build that timeline, unless you want to do it, because Brian's pretty good at building stuff like that on his computer. But I mean, is there a way we can get just a little bit extra, because we really don't have time to talk about that on a regular Wednesday. Just 2 more hours, maybe. Just block us. Hey guys, we're gonna sit around. We're gonna kind of build our deck for the deal, and then you can put everything in whatever you do, your PowerPoint or whatever, and just kind of go from there.
Yeah. Let me take a look, see what we got as far as time wise. Right now, The only person that has something on their schedule for the 25th, which is the next time we meet up, is Dakota. So I can probably extend those blocks until 12 o'clock. Especially looking at the market capacity report, that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Let me see what I can do. See if I can get those blocks extended a little bit. Kind of going off that, the market capacity report. Right now, Athens is at 3, Tyler's at 3, Texarkana 1, Shreveport 1, Longview 1. So we've done a good job of getting our flags down. We still got Athens and Tyler to worry about. Once Michael comes on the schedule, that's going to fix some of the Tyler flags. I think Michael's going to do a good job of helping us get those knocked down fairly quickly. So, and then all we got to do is worry about Athens. But the Athens market kind of stays high due to the fact that Victor's the only one out there. And we did remove him off the schedule on Wednesdays. And Victor and I spent some time together on that yesterday to get a decent game plan together of what he's going to be accomplishing on Wednesdays and doing ride-alongs and stuff like that. Now, that's one thing, guys. I'm not going to, just have him going with the same person every week. I want Victor to try to make the best of that time. So if we're going to work together to kind of plan out his Wednesdays so that he can maybe hit up, 2 to 3 guys in one day if possible on those Wednesdays to try to help out the team. Obviously y'all are my eyes and ears in the field. Y'all talk about more with the guys than obviously I do. So I want to make sure that we're being intentional with that. Hold on one second. Oh, I do apologize, man. Sneezing fit. But
Hey, Derek, since we're talking about Wednesdays, this is something Pat mentioned to me yesterday. It's like 8:30, 8:45. That we can just have them or tell them to leave earlier because it's usually those two. I know they drive the furthest besides Victor, but they get there, and by the time they get their parts, it's time for our little meetup, and then everybody's leaving when they're loading up their parts. And I know yesterday Pat was pretty frustrated because he got there, he's getting his parts, and I don't know what I was doing actually because I was doing Eric's audit, but he pretty much is we had a little meeting. All right, go to Derek's house, and him and Manny had to throw everything in Patrick's truck real quick, or van. Is there a way we can just tell them to leave earlier so they can get there earlier?
Yeah, that's a definite. Yeah, we can do that. I saw that happen yesterday as well. And so I'm going to have them start. I'll pass it by Tommy. I don't think there'll be an issue there, but I'm going to have them start leaving their houses at 6:30 because it's about an hour and a half drive, which would be getting them there at 8 o'clock. But no, I agree with you because if they're leaving their house at 7, they're not getting there till 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it's a waste of time. So I saw that happening yesterday, most definitely when we were trying to leave, and I just saw him and Manny throwing stuff in his truck to get him out. So yeah, that's something I'll talk to Tommy about on Monday. Also, guys, I'm trying to bring up the schedule adherence report. Tableau is absolutely working phenomenal this morning, and I'm saying that, but I'm saying that very facetiously because it's not. I was trying to bring up the schedule adherence report. It took me about 15 minutes to get up the schedule adherence report. So, I mean the market capacity report. So give me just a little bit of time here and see what we can do. But besides that, what do y'all have to talk about, man? What's going on in the field? What are y'all seeing? What can we work on right now?
I still see that we have a lack of communication amongst everybody. From I mean, and I say lack of communication, like the whole end of day, like I saw yesterday, or I guess someone posted or whatever about, or y'all, I think y'all talked about maybe the end of days, posting your end of day if you're in like Fish Canada, Longview, or somewhere like that. I've noticed it's only a few people that do it. I mean, I'm bad about it sometimes and I'll forget to do it, but stuff like that, I still think we're lacking on the small communication items through everybody.
Okay. Thank you, Dustin. Brian, Carey, Victor.
Yeah, one thing. Yesterday, Larry didn't do his reconcile, so I want to get your guys' opinion. This isn't the first time. I mean, it's happened a handful of times where he just forgot to do it. And I know he did work a little bit late yesterday, but I tried to call him after I got back, which was like a little after 6. He didn't answer the phone, didn't return my call, and then he put EOD on Zinc, but like I said, he didn't post it in our little Team Zinc that he did it, and I checked it this morning, and it still shows last week was the last completed day. So, yeah, obviously I'm going to be writing an email about that, but if it was one of your guys, I guess I just want to ask, how would y'all address it? Be like, hey, Larry, notice you didn't reconcile yesterday. What happened? And then do I just leave it at that, let him kind of say what he has to say, I guess? And then with Larry, what I've noticed too is like if I do that, he'll just like, do it real quick. He won't actually do a hands-on count, and he'll just post it to say he did it without actually counting it. But like I said, it's just something had issues with it in the past. So I just want to get your guys' opinion on how to bring that up to him.
I had an issue with that with Rouse forgetting to do his reconcile. Well, he says he's done them, but it never took him. But need to get him to pretty much talk to him about it, and then have him set up, if he hasn't already done it, he needs to set up a reminder on his phone and on his calendar reminder, and also an alarm. And then he also needs to send you and Derek an email with the screenshot of it every time he does it. And that's what, Dustin got back on track doing. I say that, he posted it yesterday, and it's been working so far. So, are things going to happen here and there? Is he still going to forget? Probably so, until he gets the repetition, but it'll get to a point where he shouldn't forget like a handful of times like he has been, like you said.
Well, like I said, this isn't the first time it's happened, but it hasn't happened in a while, I guess. And like I said, sometimes you're going to forget, but at the same time, 3-4 of the people are posting it in our Zinc, so that should be enough reminder. Oh crap, yeah, I still need to get this done. You know what I mean? And he's not checking Zinc before he clocks out to make sure, hey, there's no other communication, there's nothing else I need to do, there's no other training I need to complete before I clock out. He's just like, okay, I'm ready to go home because I worked late. Today's my last day for the weekend kind of thing.
And that right there, Brian, is one of the biggest issues that Larry and Tyler have, is they see Wednesdays as their last day to work, so they just want to get off work and go into their weekend, right? Well, we also have to be mindful that, you still got to do, get your job completed, still got to do what you need to do to get everything done for the week. When we send that email, obviously, make sure that I'm tagged to it. And number 2, let's make sure that we put the expectations in there in that email of what is expected. And let's make sure that we are giving him the ideas and telling him, hey, I need you to set an alarm on your phone. I need you to, post it in the team group. All the expectations that we have for that, we need it in that email. And that way, and we need him to answer that email back with he understands or he agrees, he knows what's supposed to happen. That way, there's no, hey, I didn't know about this or none of that, because it's one of those, all right, well, you know about it. You agree to it.
No, I agree,
Yeah.
but you know, Derek, that this isn't the first time this happened. It's not the first email I'm sending about this specific thing either. So, I mean, how much is it going to be enough for him to get it?
Yeah. And remember, I think I've relayed to all of y'all. I need that paperwork. I need that. I need it in black and white so that I can start holding people accountable. And that's one thing that I have failed at, is holding people accountable. And it's going to get a little rough, but I definitely am going to start holding people accountable. And I need that paperwork to do so. So if we have that starting now, then we can say, hey, you agreed to this and you still didn't do it. So here's the repercussions of not doing what you agreed to.
I think we're beyond bullets in the gun on some of this. I think we need to start throwing out some bazookas and bombs or something, because, like Brian said, I know you say you're starting to hold them, but from day one, we all agreed to this. You know what I mean? It's your freaking job, do it. And I know I just said that because Victor's fixing to chime in and say that same thing, but probably with a little more language in there. But we're a year in on this, and we're still having the same issue with the same guys on the exact same thing. So we got to load them bullets pretty quick.
No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I keep saying, recaps, because those are the bullets that I need to hold people accountable. Unfortunately, our company, they want to see the paperwork. They want to see it in black and white. And if I don't have that, I can't, do much with it. And like I said, that's where we've kind of had that, we have had the issue of, I can't really do anything because we haven't had the paperwork. I've had the telephone conversations with people and things like that and haven't recapped. And I'm trying to get better at that as well with the recaps. So with the recap and the black and white, it's a lot easier to say, hey, you agreed to this, you still didn't get it done. And another thing, guys, I was actually talking to Brian and Victor about this. One thing is timelines. When we're giving somebody a timeline, we want to, so perfect example, I'm just going to use this for a example here, trainings, right? We know that, trainings come out and we have 3 days to get that training done. So we want to get with each individual on the team and say, okay, what day do you think you can have this done? We want them to set their timelines and not us. So, for example, I'm going to use Brian. Say I go to Brian and I say, Brian, I need this. We need to get this done. This has been given to us to get done. When do you think you can get it done? And Brian says, oh, I can have it done before end of day Friday. Perfect. Thank you. Today's Thursday. So we want to send him an email today. Hey, I know that we talked about this. Know that you want to get it done by end of day Friday. Just reminder that tomorrow's Friday. Simple as that. Okay. And then on Friday, midday, we want to send Brian another email saying, Brian, don't forget, today's the day that you said that you could get this done. And if they still don't get it done, that's when we can come back with the black and white and say, hey, you said you would have this done by this time. You did not meet the goal that you set, not the one that I set for you, the one that you set. And here's the issue. Here's the problem. You did not get done what you said you could get done. And that's part of the accountability and holding people accountable for their actions. Is that all an understanding? Does that make sense or no? Or
Yes, sir. Like I said, we already talked about that.
Yeah. Mr. Lugo?
Yes, sir, we're good to go. So I ain't talking much, man. My thoughts still ain't all there, brother.
All right, so what Victor just told me is we all need to take the advantage because he's not going to say a whole lot because his throat's shot. So Victor's not going to say a whole lot, so we need to take advantage of that. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I know y'all are driving. I'm going to throw up the I just finally got the schedule adherence report up. If y'all can see my screen, just holler out right quick.
Yeah, I'm probably the only one not driving, but I see it. And I got questions on it too. I mean, I don't know if we've asked this before. I feel like we have, but I just want to ask again just in case. Like, can we look and see the data behind those jobs? So, like, if you look at mine, for example, I got 63 jobs and my completion rate is 73%. Now, I know why it's lower because sometimes you have to, it's either going to be a completion rate hit or it's going to be an SOS hit. You know what I mean? So sometimes I'm going to pick and choose between do I want to complete this job out, or if we have a recurring issue with the same customer like I had to deal with yesterday, sometimes you're not always going to complete those out. So that's why mine's probably lower. It's because I've done that a couple times lately. But like the reschedule rate, okay, that one makes sense why it's that for me at least, because I've only had a few that I remember at least getting rescheduled or whatever. But like first time on ticket, whatever rating, I've never been late to a job. So why is mine 86%? You know what I mean? That's like stuff like that I have questions about. Like, can we see the jobs that like that are hitting against us? Or same thing with the window miss. Like, I've never missed a window, so why do I have anything there? You know what I mean? And the same thing for some of these guys. Like, I'm sure it's not 100% accurate. Like, I can tell you right now. So can we see the data behind some of that stuff? Why we have those percentages? Because that might help us reduce some of those in the future. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And once the open BI starts coming back and working correctly and not being so slow, once we can, as a company, can get with them and get that working, it'd be a little bit easier to get that, Brian. I appreciate you asking about that because I will be the first to admit that some of this data probably is, skewed a little bit. And I'm not 100% sure where the problem is. I know that I've looked into the first time on-time start rates, and some of those are off compared to the actual report of on-time start rates in a different page on the Open BI. But we want to look at what's happening here, right? As far as that, yeah, I can try to dive into that. That may be something that I'm going to try to look into today while I'm over in Bossier City, Shreveport area. But yeah, I'll take a look at that and see if I can't, kind of compare. One of the biggest things, though, I wanted to bring up is we see that Rouse has 3 things here: completion rate, reschedule rate, and first ticket on time start rate. For a team, guys, we're not doing too bad on the on time starts, and for a team miss windows, we're not doing too bad. Obviously, Tyler misses a lot of windows, and that's one thing that I'm going to start looking at a whole lot is on-time starts and missed windows. Completion rate, guys, the whole team is beyond satisfactory, and that's one thing we got to get way better at as a whole team is completion rates. But when it comes to, like I said, the first ticket on time rate and the missed window rate, we're looking pretty good as a team. Got a little bit of work to do on reschedule rate. We're rescheduling still too many jobs. But our completion rate is one of the biggest things that we have to, as a team, get fixed. I want that to be the big focus. Everybody has seen what happens here, the tips and the tricks. I'm going to try to click on it and see what happens. It may take a second to load up. For the completion rate, because that,
Hey, Dick.
yeah.
I'm about to step outside and grab my parts and throw them in my truck real quick. So I'll be still listening, but I won't be able to say much.
Okay. So while this is loading up, guys, we want to make sure that this is our big focus. Let's make completion rate the big focus to finish off the month. Let's try to get some of these, definitely the reds and the oranges. Let's try to get some of those knocked down as much as possible to finish off the rest of this month. We still got half the month left. we want to make sure that that's going to be our big focus to finish off this month is the completion rates. And of course, it's taken forever for this to come up, but we all do have the email. Let me see if I have it saved. I know I do. See if I. Give me just a second.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Derek, they want to know if I'm picking up your order you put in. Or you
Is it ready to go?
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Yeah, pick it up and just hold on to it for right now.
All right.
By the way, guys, that was the order for glass brakes. I ordered more glass brakes yesterday. I didn't think it was going to be ready yet. That's why I didn't. All right, I have it saved somewhere, guys. I'll have to find it, but as far as that, we'll look into it. But yeah, we want to make the completion rate our biggest focus for the end of the month. Everybody in agreement on that?
Yes, sir. But with that, I would expect SOS and SIN. Well, not necessarily SIN to increase, but definitely SOS. Like I said, I'm doing it sometimes on purpose, so my SOS doesn't get hit, which I know we probably all are doing that. But like I said, something that can't be prevented, so it's going to take a hit somewhere. So, which one do you want to get hit on sometimes?
Excuse me.
What it comes down to.
Oh, here we go. It finally popped up. Honestly, Brian, let's work on getting those taken care of as far as the completion rate. Let's make sure we're completing these jobs out. So completion rate is the percentage of dispatched work orders with the complete result code. Obviously, we're going to run into where we have to go back to jobs, and that's going to suck, but it's going to come down where those numbers are going to equal out, because ultimately what's our ultimate goal is to not return to any job, right? Obviously with parts and things like that, it gets a little dicey and tricky on that, but we want to make sure that, because Adam, Brett, Tommy, all the way down the chain there, they all look at this schedule adherence report, and seeing all of that orange is just detrimental. Seeing all the orange and red is killing us, because they're looking at that, because that's obviously going to be part of the new scorecard, which, by the way, I found out that the new scorecard it's months away. It's not going to happen like next month like we were hoping. It's a couple months away, because they want to make sure that everything's right before they just put it out. And that's one thing as a company that corporate is doing, is they're not just putting stuff out. They are testing and testing and testing before they just throw it out there. So this is the same thing. They're gonna do a lot of looking into this before they just throw out the new scorecard. So we're looking at a couple months before that new scorecard comes out. So in that, we want to make sure that the guys understand, that everybody on the team understands that we've talked about the new scorecard. We're not going to worry about the new scorecard. We're still going to stay focused on the scorecard that we have right now. And once the new scorecard comes out, then that will be we'll transition our focus. But for right now, we're going to still keep using the same old scorecard that we have been using, and that's the one that we're going to go off of. So we got to make sure that the guys understand the old scorecard still counts, and they need to worry about that for right now. And Carrie, I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, you got one away. You had 3 different devices going at one time there for a second. But guys, one of the main focuses, like I said, let's focus on completion rate. Let's have those conversations. Let's start getting the paperwork and getting the black and white out there, so that the guys understand that we as a leadership team mean business. We have to follow our protocols. We have to follow SOPs. We have to do everything. And we as a leadership are going to hold them accountable for their actions. And that is going to change the mindset of the team. Okay. Holding people accountable sucks. I'll be the first one to admit it. It festers controversy, but it's good controversy, because if people don't understand why the controversy is there, then that's a bigger issue. If we can just get people to complete their jobs and do their things, that their tasks that they're asked to do on time, as a whole, we will get better. And we have to hold these people accountable. And I haven't asked y'all to, and us as a leadership team have to hold people accountable for their actions. And the paperwork is going to back that up, so we can make that accountability focused on they need to get better or they can go somewhere else. And when I say that with all wholeheartedly. Guys, we don't want people on the team if they don't want to be part of the team. It sucks, but it's the truth. We have to have people want to be here. If they're just here to collect a paycheck, get their clock in, clock out, it's understandable, but we want them to get their tasks done that they have to get done.
Hey, Derek. Derek,
Yeah.
my bad parts. Do I still drop those off? Were those good?
Did you
had them on the list?
Yeah, you sent those to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they're fine.
Bye. Well, I'm gonna mute
now. Any questions, guys? It's getting close to 8 o'clock. I want to kind of wrap it up. I know y'all are getting ready to go into some houses. All right. Guys, also, don't forget, as soon as we get done here, I'm going to be heading over to Louisiana to deal with the office stuff. So I'm going to be on the road for a little bit this morning, and then I will be at the office for a little bit. Hopefully this is a quick thing and I don't have to sit there all dang day, but hopefully it doesn't take all day. That way I can get out in the field over there and stop by and see some of the guys over there. But I'm going to head over there. I got to meet the guy at 10:15. And then I also got to work with, we're thinking about switching the internet provider over there or fixing the internet over there. So I'll be over there. I'll have my phone. I'll have everything with me, taking everything with me. But I will be over in Louisiana today. Besides that, guys, if y'all don't have anything else, I appreciate it. Again, I know that we're all facing, I'm going to say it again, we're all facing in the same direction. Let's start working our way to making those steps to get there. That's part of my plan with y'all y'all working on getting the meeting going. I want to see, y'all's leadership and see what y'all do. And obviously, I'm going to be part of that. Don't hesitate to reach out and say, hey, we're thinking about this, Derek. What do you think? Stuff like that. I'm not just going to sit back and say, okay, it's y'all's, I'll be there. That's not how this is going to work. So I do apologize, guys. I thought I muted my phone, but y'all go out there, have a great day. Kill it, and let's make sure that we're getting this ship turned around, and we're gonna kick some butt. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. If y'all have some private questions or whatever, I'll stick around for a few minutes. If not, take care of your customers. Be good. Be safe. Bye.
Adios.